Okay, welcome back to PCM25. Last episode was pretty successful, taking 4 victories, including 3 national championships. But today it's time for the biggest race of the season. Of course, I'm talking about the Tour de France 2027, starting off with 2 puncher stages. A flat 25km time trial and 2 mountain stages in week 1. And during the second week, one of the most iconic stages of this 2021 Tour de France, including Double Ventoux, the stage that Wout van Aert won. Lastly, in the third week, 3 more mountain stages and a 30km flat time trial. But a big question is, who's actually here? Not a surprise, but Tadej Pogacar together with Joao Almeida for UAE Team Emirates, so a pretty stacked team. Meanwhile, Visma Leasebike with Jonas Vingegaard and also Florian Lipovic, so also quite stacked. In this save file, Remco Evenepoel is still riding for Soudal Quickstep, and Tim Merlier is also here. Red Bull shows up with a 37-year-old Primoz Roglic, and the Decathlon with a 20-year-old Paul Sixas, 80 mountain, 81 medium mountain. Oh la la, Trek with Milan and Pedersen, so a monster lead out. That kinda reminds me of Hushoft leading out Tyler Farrer in the early 2010s. Mathieu van der Poel is here for Alpecin de Koning together with Jasper Philipsen, and Filippo Ganna together with Joshua Tarling for Ineos Grenadiers, so I don't think Romeo's gonna win a time trial. Anyway, it's fair to say that's a pretty stacked start list, but who are we sending? Firstly, as our sprinter, Lukáš Kubiš, our fresh Slovakian champion, and also the double Spanish champion, Ivan Romeo, who will be our main man. But I don't think my plan is to go for GC, because I don't believe I can do that with a climber like Romeo, who's not that good at climbing. Let's be honest, 74 mountain is simply not enough, so I think my objective is 2 stage wins and KOM. Especially that stage win, because that is a sponsor objective. Anyway, the first stage finishes in Landerneau. I'm pretty sure Julien Alaphilippe won here in 2021, but Tadej Pogacar is the favorite in 2027. Looks like the break is only 4 riders, so I do think the peloton can control that quite easily. When it comes to my team, I've got Omerzel with a +2, so 77 hill stat on the man, -1 on Kubiš, but a +1 on his hill stat, so that is welcome. Romeo also -1, so he's not looking too great. In the last 25 kilometers of this stage, it's all about that final climb, that uphill sprint to the finish line, but I'm not sure if I'll go for Omerzel or Kubiš here. Honestly, I might go for both. Actually, plot twist, I'm going for Samuel Watson with 77 hill stat and 74 sprint stat on the day, so he's perfect. The peloton is flying to the bottom of this final climb. Arieta on 99 right now, Romeo and Kubiš in the wheel. Omerzel is there as well. I'll switch around Kubiš and Romeo actually. There we go. Now it's time for Kubiš with 3.5 kilometers to go. Let's get our train in position. And now on to the climb. Kubiš is launching on, let's not do 99 yet. Let's do 94. But a punch. Oh, Pogacar's going. Pogacar is going, let's do 96. I gotta make sure I can try to follow here, but it's still 2 kilometers to go. Now it's time for Romeo on 95. Let's try and follow 97. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Come to the front, boys. Come to the front. There goes Omerzel on. Let's do 97. Watson in the wheel, but he's struggling. Let's try and move forward. Let's try and move forward. Come on. Sprint right now. This is our moment. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. Omerzel versus Watson for the first maillot jaune of the Tour de France, and Samuel Watson is winning stage 1 of the Tour de France ahead of Tadej Pogacar in 3rd place. This is insane. That's our man right there, Samuel Watson on the podium taking on the yellow jersey of the Tour de France. I did not expect that. That said, it is not a coincidence that I won both stage 1 of the Tour and stage 1 of the Giro on pretty similar stages, because on PCM, these uphill sprints are just too easy. Nonetheless, I will bathe in the pleasure of beating Tadej Pogacar at this Tour de France at least once. And of course, that's our sponsor objective of winning a stage at the Tour de France already done. So yeah, let's hunt for more. Ola, are you seeing what I'm seeing? This finish on Mur de Bretagne might as well be the same stage. I'll be honest, when starting this video, I did not expect to have the yellow jersey and the green jersey in our team after stage 1. But hey, I'm not complaining. In the last 26 kilometers, my sprint train, well, it's not exactly a sprint train, it's a hill train, is on the rails, and Watson is not the last rider, so I'm going for Romeo today. Gotta say, the Mur de Bretagne kind of looks impressive on Pro Cycling Manager. I've got an attack on the right side of the road. Mathieu van der Poel is going early, so gotta make sure I can remotely follow here. Don't necessarily want to follow the attack, but I want to control it. About to cross the top, and the gaps are basically minimal, so I'm not too scared. And UAE Team Emirates is pacing in the peloton for Pogacar, so this is good for us. There we go. Van der Poel has been caught. Now Vatse keeps up the tempo for Pogacar, so gotta keep following. Anyway, last 7 kilometers now, and the only obstacle left is the final Mur de Bretagne. Kubish is doing the lead out, Energy Gel on Watson, Arietta, and Romeo as well right now. There we go. Absolutely perfect lead out by Kubish. There goes Omerzel on 97 into the foot of the climb. First position for the team, so absolute perfection. To the right, onto Mur de Bretagne. Let's make sure we can follow. Is that a move once again? Yes, it is. And I gotta pause for a second. Let's do 97. The same happened on the last stage, so I still believe I can come back, but we're having trouble doing so. This will be harder than the last stage. There goes Arietta right now, but I don't think I can win here. We're gonna finish in the second echelon of the peloton. The winner is gonna be Pogacar overtaking Evenepoel. Yes, indeed. Pogacar wins. And it does look like we're losing 10 seconds on the finish line here, so I think we're losing the jersey. Gotta say, considering stage 1, I was expecting more than 8th, 9th and 10th on the stage, but hey, we can't win every race. And as I expected, we do lose the yellow jersey after the second stage, but hey, it was a miracle that we had it in the first place. By the way, today's video is sponsored by Zwift. Right now, their full indoor cycling setup, the Zwift Ride, is on sale by 200 euros. That is the same setup I use in my indoor cycling videos. But if you already have a smart trainer, the Zwift Ride frame itself is also on sale. Go check it out through the link below. Anyway, the third stage is a pure sprint stage, which we're not actually that good at because Lukas Kubish is not a pure sprinter. Like Jonathan Milan, Jasper Philipsen and Tim Merlier have 84, 83 and 82 sprint stat. Meanwhile, Lukas has 75, so we are not competitive. A top 5 would already be a miracle. Gotta say, the form of our team at this race is pretty fantastic. Even Kubish with a 0 day has 77 sprint today, so top 5 might be possible. So many sprint trains on the road and I'm struggling to move to the front, so that is not ideal. Let's try and hammer it with Alvarez on 95. Come on team, just before the downhill I gotta find a way to move up and it's not working right now, so let's do an all-out attack for a second here with Schwarzbacher and make the team follow. There we go. In front position now on 99 into the downhill. Watson with Energy Gel, and that went perfectly. There we go, 3 kilometers to go. Romeo can launch right now early because it's downhill. Watson in the wheel, then Kubish in third wheel. Can we come past on the right side of the road? Kubish can launch, but Romeo's gonna block every one of our team. Come on guys, move past. It's not gonna work, There goes Kubish, but I'm blocked in. I'm completely blocked in. I'm trying to come out, but Jonathan Milan is gonna be the winner ahead of Jasper Philipsen and Tobias Lund Andresen. We did pretty well fighting for position, but the other teams were simply stronger in the last couple of kilometers, so 8th place at the finish. Next up is stage 4, once again a sprint. Like, it's quite funny, in the last stage Kubish had a 0 day, but still 77 sprint stat. Today we've got a +2 day, and still 77 sprint stat. Either way, I'm hoping for a top 5. By the way, we're about 3 months away from the release of Pro Cycling Manager 26. I wanted to ask you, what features do you want to see in PCM 26 and in the future? Drop it in the comment section below. Looks like today's final is slightly less chaotic than the previous stage, but positioning will still be super important, so I'm gonna try and find a way through with my train. There we go, Alvarez to the front with 7 kilometers to go in perfect position, but Kubish is not close, so that is not perfect. But with 3 kilometers to go, we're not looking too bad, but Alpecin is definitely winning the lead-out game at the moment. There goes Schwarzbacher with 2 kilometers to go. Come on, guys, try and move through. There goes Watson. Kubish is not near. Last corner, let's launch with Kubish. Come on, boy. Top 5? Top 5 podium? Podium is possible, but I think it's top 5. 4th place for Kubish. The winner is Jasper Philipsen. Honestly, that was a pretty good sprint. And we get exactly what we wanted, a top 5 in this sprint, so that's nice. On to a 25.9 kilometer flat time trial on stage 5. Remco Evenepoel and Ganna are the favorites, but plenty of other good time trialists, but I want to podium this with Romeo. Like, sure, I've only got 77 time trial, but I've got a fitness peak on the man, so maybe it's possible. Let's give it a go. There we go, Ivan Romeo in the white jersey on the road. A bit of a climb from the start here, so I'll up it to 93 to try and spend some of my red bar on the climb and go back down to 85 now on top. Probably 83, 82 actually. Next uphill segment, only 3%, but I'll try and go 87 to spend some red bar once again. I am micromanaging. And now let's take a look at the first time check. We are second, 2 seconds behind Ganna only, so looking pretty good. Looks like Ganna did speed up significantly to the second time check. Let's take a look at Romeo's time, second place again on 25 seconds. So yeah, we're not winning this. Small uphill segment in the last 2 kilometers, going a bit harder, but I gotta make sure I've got energy at the finish. There we go, that's the finish, and 4th place! No, on the same time! The same time as Söderqvist and Wout van Aert! Oh my god, our podium was robbed! Remco Evenepoel is the winner of this time trial, and we finished 5th in the end. And in GC, we're now in 3rd place on 1 minute and 6 seconds of Remco Evenepoel. I can't believe we are finishing on the same time as the 3rd rider on the road. We literally could have done a fraction better and finished on the podium. Now, I know I said before the race that we weren't gonna go for GC, but I'm starting to like the look of the GC because 3rd place with a proper gap on some GC riders, I'm not complaining, especially because I think more GC riders will lose time on stage 6, which is an Echelon stage. That exposed wind zone looks 50 kilometers long, so despite the sprinters being the favorites, I think something's possible for GC. I might as well give it a try, you know? Rainy conditions on this Echelon stage. We've got a +2 on Watson, +2 on Romeo, +2 on Schwarzbacher, +2 on Lopez and Arrieta, Omerzel with a +1, Kubish with a 0 day. Alvar is the only rider with a -1, so not sure what he ate last night, but isn't looking great. But I think we can conclude my team is looking pretty good today. Okay then, exposed wind zone has begun, the breakaway's about to get caught. My entire team at the front of the peloton with wind up to 39 speed, as we can see at the left bottom, now 40, so something is cooking. And actually, you can't see it because of the trees, but the peloton is already splitting at the moment, 47 people off the front, and this is only the beginning. So many groups on the road, 15 people in this group, then 46 in this group, 39 here, 46 here, and the front echelon is 38 with our entire team present. I've decided to stop pacing a bit because UAE Team Emirates is also pacing and I might as well save some energy. Just about 30 kilometers to go and the wind has gone down to 20, so it's not as chaotic anymore. 56 people in this front peloton, lots of riders from Visma, Nordhagen and Carapaz off the back. Looks like there's 2 riders in the top 10 of GC of the back, which is Gregoire and Tiberi, so we like to see that. Lipovic also in trouble, so let's keep pushing, let's go 90 and go to the front again. And there we go, Lipovic is officially dropped, Omerzel is now pacing on 90, 44 people left in this group, Arrieta is next on, let's say 90 as well, we can afford it to be honest. Romeo and Watson are 2 men for today. Ola, Almeida is dropping, I love to see it, there goes Schwarzbacher to the front on 90, come on team, keep flying. I've stopped pacing now, but it looks like another GC rider off the back, Carlos Rodriguez, yes indeed, so 3 riders left with 7.5 kilometers to go. We're looking pretty good. Remco Evenepoel is pacing right now, I think for Tim Merlier, so gotta watch out now. Oh, there goes Evenepoel. There goes Evenepoel. What is happening with the rest of the riders? We've got Philipsen right there doing absolutely nothing. I should have made a move myself. Evenepoel might be riding off to the victory here. Let us attack on the right side of the road. No, I won't do that. I'll get into the wheel of... I don't know what to do. I think Romeo should do a lead out. And I forgot my energy shells, so we're bottling it. 99 on Romeo, get to the front, buddy. Get to the front, try and get Remco back, let's do this. Last kilometer incoming, there goes Romeo, come on Watson, right now launch, buddy, right now launch. We are not in a good position to win this. Philipsen takes it, a great result with both Watson, but also Romeo for GC in the first 7 riders in Group 1. Gotta say, I love Echelon stages. I'm sorry, but there was a clear gap after the first group there, but the game didn't count it. Nonetheless, GC is looking pretty fantastic. Remco Evenepoel with 44 seconds on Tadej Pogacar and 1 minute and 6 seconds on Romeo, but the 10th rider is already on 4 minutes 22, and there's other riders that are not GC riders in that top 10, like Ganna, Van der Poel, Van Aert, also Pedersen in 11th place, so lots of GC riders on more than 6 minutes. Like I said I was going for KOM, but I think I'm changing my mind. Because well, Ivan Romeo is in the white jersey by 3 minutes 16 on Lenny Martinez and 5 minutes plus on the rest, so I think we could win this. I do think Paul Sixas will be our biggest competitor on 8 minutes 45 and a much better climber. But so far we're doing pretty good. Anyway, stage 7 could be quite chaotic as well. Is this the stage where Primoz Roglic ended up abandoning? Anyway, I think I'll try to join the breakaway with Jakob Omerzel and go for my white jersey with Romeo. That's kind of my plan. Wow, Omerzel starting at the back of the peloton. Let's try and get to the front as soon as possible because otherwise the break is not happening. Honestly, the breakaway is already up the road. 8 riders off the front of the peloton. Omerzel is still in Narnia, so this is not happening today. We're staying in the peloton. Just past the halfway point of the race, and the break of 6 riders has less than a minute on the peloton, so it's good that we decided to stay in the peloton. Our team's looking pretty solid with Romeo with a +1 on the day, so 76 hill stat. It's not Pogacar stats, but the final is also not unbeatable. Wait a second, attack by Paul Sixas? Really? In the peloton? Right now? With 52 kilometers to go? In a random valley? That is so stupid, bro. I've never seen someone so desperate to kick Romeo out of the white jersey. By the way, I've just realized today's stage is 246 kilometers with 3 climbs to go. That's still 40 kilometers to go. My team is in position. Alvarez is getting some water, as always. Paul Sixas is now together with Van Eetveld and Oscar only with a gap of 1 minute. That's actually a pretty strong breakaway, but I'm not too scared. Still 36k to go. Before the second last climb, I'm smashing the flat section right now. Gap is down to 30 seconds, so that's perfect. Now it's time for Alvarez to take over on 85 to keep our team in position. On the steepest section of the day, Sixas has been caught and UAE is spacing now. We've got Kubish trying to keep ourselves in position. Let's not overdo it. This is perfect so far. Basically 15 kilometers left, 1 small climb and a slight uphill sprint, so not exactly the greatest thing that we spent Watson and Kubish, but let's focus on Romeo. He deserves it. Lopez leading us into that last climb. Vatsik on the right side of the road. Let's prep Mr. Arieta as well to take over pretty soon. Almost. Right now on 95. When is the top of the climb? Right there. So should I try to make a move? I don't think I can because Almeida's spacing on the right. Let's get over the top and replenish some energy. Romeo in perfect position. Oh, Jasper Philipsen, Mes Pedersen, Jonathan Milan as well. So this is gonna be a sprint. Just about 2 kilometers to go. So many corners in this final, but a perfect lead out by Little Trek. And we've got Omerzel and Romeo, so we're not gonna go anywhere. The question is, who is going to win a stage? Lots of chaos at the front there, but the winner is, I think, Jasper Philipsen? I think it is indeed, so Jasper Philipsen takes it. In the end, a 9th place for Ivan Romeo, but I don't think anything happens in GC. Yeah, still 3rd place and still the same gaps. But of course, now it's time for the important and dangerous stages to begin with a mountain stage on day 8 to Le Grand Bornand. This is where Tadej Pogacar attacked like crazy on the Col de Rome and took like minutes on everybody. Obviously, I want to try and keep my white jersey on Romeo, but maybe a breakaway adventure is also possible. So, starting off in a pretty solid position at the front of the peloton, so perfectly to attack into the breakaway both with Alvarez and Romeo, there we go. And a bunch of other riders jumping in the breakaway as well. I kind of want more teammates up there, so Arieta and Watson maybe. Omerzel, is that also a good idea? Let's do it. Watson goes to the front then. Let's try and jump into the breakaway right here behind these guys. Is that a possibility? There we go. 3 more riders. I think this will be a massive breakaway. So the first group has Ivan Romeo. The second group has Alvarez, 12 riders here as well. So 17 so far, followed by a 9-man group. So that's 26 riders so far, plus another 17 in the group behind. So that is 43 riders? I would like to wish the peloton good luck in catching this. Honestly, a 43-man breakaway kind of looks like a small peloton, but for our team we've got Omerzel with a +2 on the day, so 78 mountain stat. Arieta with a +2 also, 77 mountain stat. Romeo has 76 mountain only. But despite being our 3rd best climber in this breakaway, Romeo is our closest rider in GC, so we have to make a decision. Either we try to go for the stage win with Omerzel, but there's so many good climbers in this group, including Paul Sixas, or we try to defend our 3rd position in GC with Romeo from this breakaway and the white jersey we have. I don't really believe I can win this stage from the breakaway, so I think I'll just go for protecting Romeo. On the first of 3 climbs as we speak, the Côte de Mont-Saxonnex, already a pretty tough climb, 6 kilometers 8%, and my riders are struggling. Alvarez off the back, Watson off the back, desperately trying to tempo, but Romeo in trouble as well. Come on, Arieta needs to protect here. And there come the attacks for the KOM points, but I'll try to just do my tempo over the top and get back in the descent. There we go, already back in this breakaway, but I wish I had Watson still here. That is sad, he's already 2 minutes behind, so he's not coming back. I struggled way more on that climb than I expected to. Anyway, 2 climbs to come, the Col de Rome and the Col de la Colombière, and in this breakaway we've got 7 minutes 30 now on the peloton, so That's a pretty massive gap. Here we go, first of those two climbs, 8.4 kilometers at 9.5%. Gotta keep myself in a good position here, but the tempo in this breakaway is ridiculously high. Quite a few riders dropping off the back, including Ben Healy, and I expect more riders to drop pretty soon. And is that an attack? Not yet. Jordan Giga is pacing. Wow, in the last kilometers of this climb, and we're starting to struggle, having to go 88 right now. And Gigel on Arieta because I'm not sure he'll survive this climb. Last 1.2 kilometers, attack for the KOM points will come pretty soon. Arieta is about to drop, trying to do my own tempo to the top on 92, something like that. Omerzel is still present to protect right now, but right there is the top, so we're looking pretty good over this one. But Arieta is just off the back, so that's a massive loss for us. Let me try and get myself on 85 here, Omerzel protecting, and now into the descent. Come on, come on, come on. Down to 25 maintain position to recover. Still with a massive 8 minutes on the peloton. But now it's time for the final climb. Immediate attacks at the front by Mathieu van der Poel. What? Roglic as well, but how is Van der Poel here? Anyway, I don't have much yellow bars, so I have to do my own tempo on like 73 because it's still 5k of climbing. Okay, that's more like it. Mathieu van der Poel has exploded. Romeo doing his own tempo into the last 2.5 kilometers, trying to pass riders one by one, but a total minute behind the front of the peloton led by Sivakov, Fischer Black, Roglic, GN only, so the better climbers, so it's not a surprise. In the last kilometer to the top, we're definitely not winning this stage, but we're taking minutes to the peloton. 6 minutes right now. There we go, over the top. Omerzel can go 99, Romeo in the wheel. That's my plan for the descent. Come on, boys. Recover a bit. Roglic and Fischer Black are now fighting for the stage win. I'm attacking like crazy right now in group 4 on 2 minutes of the friend of the race. I've called back up to these guys. There comes a sprint by Roglic. Looks like he is gonna win. Fischer Black tries to come around in the inner corner with 1 kilometer to go, but it's gonna be a close one. Roglic will take it. I think he does. Yes, indeed. Primoz Roglic wins, and we go into the final kilometer, attacking away from the group we were with, so fantastic move. Finishing on about 2 minutes, I think, of Roglic. There we go. Crossing the line in 7th place and 8th place, so I'm pretty okay with it. Especially taking so much time on Tadej Pogacar and Jonas Vingegaard finishing on what? Just about 4 minutes 30, so a proper gap. Gotta say, I have no clue what GC will look like after today.
12 seconds later.
Oh my god! Ivan Romeo is in the yellow jersey by 3 minutes and 31 seconds? What the f***? 4 minutes and 15 seconds on Tadej Pogacar, 5:42 on Mathieu van der Poel. You might remember at the start of this video, I wasn't even planning to go for GC. And in the white jersey, we now have a gap of 7 minutes and 53 seconds on Lenny Martinez. Gotta say, I did not expect this at all. But of course, that's only the first mountain stage of this entire Tour de France. Plenty to come, including Tignes, Double Ventoux, Port d'Avalira, Luzardiden, Col de Portet, so many mountains. So I do think protecting that yellow jersey with 74 mountain stat won't be easy. But I think that's the perfect moment to wrap up this episode. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.